Yuba-Sutter.LIVE's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Mike, please.
Good evening. Welcome to the April 15th regular meeting of the Marysville City Council. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Rollins? Here. Councilmember Gilchrist?
Here.
Councilmember Hudson?
Here.
Vice Mayor Buttacavoli? Mayor Branscombe?
I'm here. I'm guessing Bruce is watching the Giants game. Okay. Everybody please stand and join in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and Madam Clerk, do we have any changes to the agenda?
We will be removing and postponing the Animal Control Officer Appreciation Week proclamation to another meeting.
Not because we don't care. Kendra just can't be here. Okay. We have two presentations then. We're honoring police volunteers, and I see a number of them in the gallery. Would y'all mind coming forward and I'll read this proclamation, or you just want to sit there and have me read it to you? Come on, get up here. Hey, Rosie. Come on. I was going to give you an escort. Nothing like pride. Proclamation recognizing National Volunteer Week, and we are honoring police volunteers. Whereas National Volunteer Week is a time to celebrate and recognize the contributions of volunteers who dedicate their time and talents to improving our communities and supporting essential services. And whereas the City of Marysville is proud to recognize the incredible dedication of its police volunteers, who selflessly support the Marysville Police Department by assisting with traffic control, community outreach, patrol support, clerical assistance, and public safety events, and they can do more. And whereas these individuals generously contribute countless hours to help enhance police services, promote community engagement, and strengthen public trust between law enforcement and residents. And whereas police volunteers embody the spirit of service and civic responsibility, playing a vital role in making Marysville a safer and stronger community for all who live, work, and visit here, and play here. And whereas the city of Marysville is grateful for the commitment, integrity, professionalism of our police volunteers, and recognizes the positive impact they have on public safety and community well-being. And it's more than that. You guys care about the city and you show up. Bless you all. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Chris Branscombe, Mayor of Marysville, City of Marysville, and on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of April 20, we're not even in it yet, April 20 to 26, 25, as Police Volunteer Appreciation Week in the City of Marysville, and encourage all residents to join in recognizing and thanking these dedicated individuals who generously give their time and service to our community and public safety, and in witness whereof, I put my hand and cause the seal of city to be placed on this. I've got my signature and Vance's signature at the bottom. I'm proud to present this to you. Do we have a spokesperson? Someone's going to have to step up and say something. Come on. Come on, man.
Well, it's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to be a volunteer for the Marysville Police Department. I've been with the department for 13 years, and I feel like I'm giving back to my community. It's really fulfilling to be out in the community and meeting people. You meet new people. I enjoy coordinating events and helping with the events like the Peach Festival, the Christmas Parade, Coffee with a Cop, and it's fun to be out on patrol. And you see people, you help people, and we're always recruiting new volunteers, and I'd love to build a bigger team. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Here we go. Just take your picture. I'd like to get in the photo. Just I'll present, and I'll get this damn thing out of the way. Officer Thompson, you have the very best 1,000-mile stare I've ever seen. You smiled. Oh, bless you all. Bless you all. Thank you. Oh, here. Who's going to take charge of this? The people I just recognized are part of our dispatch team. Would y'all mind coming forward? I'd appreciate it. Let everybody see you. Come on. Call 911 or the police telephone number. These are the folks who are going to put you in the right position to take care of what you're worried about. And this is a proclamation. Welcome. Proclamation recognizing Police Dispatch Appreciation Week, which began 2 days ago. And it reads, Whereas public safety telecommunications are the unseen but vital lifeline between the public and emergency services, serving as the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services. And whereas dispatchers provide essential support to police, fire, and emergency medical personnel by coordinating responses and ensuring timely, accurate communication that helps save lives and protect the community. And whereas these highly skilled professionals work under pressure with calmness, compassion, professionalism, and often receiving little recognition for the critical role they play. Well, here you are, you're getting it. I think about times when you make a few minutes difference, changes somebody's life. Fantastic. Whereas the city of Marysville is proud to honor the men and women whose diligence and dedication keep our community safe by ensuring rapid response in the most stressful and urgent moments. And whereas Police Dispatch Appreciation Week, observed annually during the second week of April, is an opportunity for all of us to express appreciation for the outstanding service provided by our dispatchers who serve the city of Marysville 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Chris Branscombe, Mayor of the City of Marysville, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of this week, April 13th to 19th, 2025, as Police Dispatch Appreciation Week in the City of Marysville, and encourage all residents to join in recognizing the dedicated professionals who serve as the vital link between our community and emergency response services. And in witness whereof, I have put my signature along with my friend Vance's signature at the bottom. I'm guessing you all have a perfect voice. 911, what's your emergency? Can I get a few of those? Do you mind? Whatever your response is, I mean, it's got to be a good one.
911, what is your emergency? Or 911, where is your emergency?
I'm still in training, so I don't do 911s yet, but I answer the phone saying Marysville Police.
911, what's your emergency?
911, what's your emergency?
911, what's your emergency?
I was an air traffic controller in the Navy, and I was invited into the Beale Tower, and I was allowed to clear a U-2 to land. I did not still have my air traffic control voice. You guys have got it going. Do you have a spokesman? Did you want to say anything about this, about your work? I'll tell you what, you're appreciated. There you go.
Yeah, I just want to say it's an honor and a privilege to serve this community and this police department. And we have an amazing community, which has been proven time and time again the last few weeks. And we are so appreciative. And there's nowhere else I'd rather work for. Thank you so much for having us.
Mayor, there's one more dispatcher that's not up there, the dispatch supervisor, just as an FYI.
Hold on, you can't take pictures. You have to get up here. That was fun. Microphone on. Okay, we can now come to the point where anyone can make public comment on anything not on the agenda or on any matter on the consent agenda. And we'll give you as much time as you think is necessary. But at 3 minutes, I start sort of looking at my watch. Do we have anybody ready? Oh, well, you can talk. You can speak as long as you wish.
We do.
Please
Marnie
step up and
Sanders.
introduce yourself. Although you're already famous, we all want to hear about it.
At least it's not infamous. Marnie Sanders, and I am with the Blue Zones Project Yuba-Sutter. And it's very fitting that I'm standing here tonight given the recognition of our volunteers in the community here, and then, of course, our first responders and those in law enforcement. Just deepest gratitude to all of you who serve this community. Within the Blue Zones Project and the research that was done in the original Blue Zones, we know that serving our community and volunteering really is about having a deep sense of purpose. And you even heard it said in some of the comments earlier that it's fulfilling. And so we believe in volunteerism, and we believe that it can lead to a happier and longer life. And with that, we want to also create opportunities for the community to volunteer. And it is actually National Volunteer Month. And Blue Zones is hosting, along with Say Love and Just Serve and some other community partners, a volunteer event. It's called Yuba-Sutter Shines, and it's going to take place on April 26th, which is a Saturday. We're going to start out at Gaucher Aquatic Park, but we have multiple volunteer opportunities. We have over a dozen, and some of them are here in Marysville. We've got Ellis Lake cleanup. We have Habitat for Humanity is looking for some help. The Depot with Salvation Army. And then we're going to clean up the Blue Zones tunnel, that tunnel that's over by Marysville High School. So I've brought a poster, and we're hoping that maybe it can be displayed out front, and the QR code here to sign up for a volunteer opportunity. I also want to let everybody know we have a weekly walking moai. Moai is a Japanese Okinawan term meaning coming together for a common purpose. And so it's not just about getting out and moving. It's about connecting with others, maybe meeting a new friend. And that walk is Wednesdays at 5:15, led by yours truly, Dan Flores. And we start at Bryant Field, that parking lot right across from the ballpark, and we take a walk around Ellis Lake, our beautiful Ellis Lake. So every Wednesday at 5:15, and then April 26th, our big volunteer event. So we hope to see you there and spread the word. Thank you.
It's the Wednesday walks that have caused me to weed my backyard and make it presentable so everybody walking by won't think I'm just a slob.
Your backyard is beautiful.
Well,
it really is. It really is.
It's tolerable now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the time.
Yeah. Okay. We now come to the consent calendar. All matters on the consent agenda are considered routine, therefore approved by one motion, unless a member of the council or the city manager asks that one be removed for separate consideration. What is the will of the council? Turn your microphone on.
I make a motion to move to approve.
Moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we move to the discussion and action calendar. Here, each matter is discussed and, if necessary, acted on separately. Individuals may speak on these matters if they wish. And thank you all for being here. Thank you very much for being here. Great honor. Back to the discussion action calendar again. There's two matters on this section of our agenda. Each will be discussed separately. Anyone wishing to speak on these issues will be afforded an opportunity at the appropriate time. Okay. First matter is item number 7 on the agenda. Phase 1 CDBG Vincenzo will tell us what that means. Pavement Rehabilitation Project Award, Contract 23-02. The recommendation is to pass an appropriately numbered motion. I could say not passing a motion. What are we passing? We are recommending approval of an award to award a contract in the amount of $2,589,796.05 to Lehman Construction Company for pavement rehabilitation of streets in the East Marysville neighborhood under the Community Development Block Grant Program. Based on contract number 23-02, Phase 1 CDBG Paving Rehabilitation Project, design, contract documents, and contractor's proposal, and 2, authorize the finance director to make a supplemental appropriation to a capital project, example given, Streets Capital Project 60-610-5405. With all of that detail, Mr. Karatsa, would you please inform me, if no one else, the details here and the happy news about the streets that are going to be rehabilitated?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Hello? Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. I'll try to simplify the presentation. Vincenzo Corazza, Public Works Director. With me on this item, on the 2 items, is John Mallon. He is our consultant city engineer. So if you have any more questions, we can refer to him as well. So we have 2 street paving contracts on the agenda tonight for discussion. And I'll start with a little history refresher slide. Okay. On January 13th, some of you may remember of last year, we had an informal town hall meeting for Measure C, and we presented the public the status of our street paving. So included were paving projects that Measure C funded, as well as paving projects that were planned under the CDBG program. So this is planned.
Go back to the other one. What do all those colors mean?
Yeah, there was a mishmash of basically if you took all the Measure C and all of our planning before, 5 years before, and then in the future, that's basically all the streets that we have paved or we will plan to pave. So with a lot of that, the public renewed Measure C or Measure D and directed us to continue paving the streets. And so this slide is the planned streets that will be paved, and part of that will be a couple of CDBG projects. Okay. So just kick back. What CDBG is in a nutshell.
Pardon me. Which of those streets specifically are going to be rehabilitated under this project? Thank you.
Yeah. Just to quickly. Oh, thanks for that slide or the mouse. So back just a little bit to remind folks what CDBG is. It's a federal program administered through California's HCD to support housing, economic development, and infrastructure projects, primarily benefiting low to moderate income individuals. So you have to be a beneficiary to that. We can't just do CDBG paving projects anywhere in the city. It has to be in the census tract that is eligible. So just a little bit about, so after a little bit of going through the federal red tape. This is, if you remember, we started this project probably in 2019. It's been a while. So I wanted to actually pause here and give a shout out to our previous finance director. I know the city council sat through many CDBG presentations, and we had our consultants here, but previously our previous finance director, Jennifer Stachinski, she led the effort and got us through the red tape. So we're now at the implementation stage. Piggybacking on this, I wanted to say something from our Community and Economic Development Director, Dan Flores, who likes to say, we stand on the precipice of exponential hypergrowth. So this is my pleasure to present two major infrastructure rehab projects.
Everybody get ready.
Okay, I'm trying to do my sales pitch. So that we have the two major infrastructure projects totaling over $5 million. And here they are. Ta-da! Okay, so these are in the East Marysville neighborhood. We're going to spur this hypergrowth. I want to highlight this other project that the City Council last month awarded the sewer main replacement project to West Rock Engineering. And it plays a little bit of a factor in the timing of the repaving work. All right, so the item tonight, item 7, is specifically asking for the City Council to consider awarding Layman Construction the pavement rehab for the CDBG Phase 1 area. And I do see a representative from Layman Construction here tonight, as well as John Mallon to answer any questions for discussion that the council has. I can pause here for discussion.
Question: Do we front the money and then get reimbursed after?
Yes, it's a
Wonderful.
reimbursement money.
And how long does it take for them to typically cycle that money back to us?
My estimate is anywhere from 4 weeks to 4 months.
So this is a classic federal program where a lot of money gets sent back to Washington, gets cycled through the bureaucracy, and then parceled out. But it's really not parceled out. We have to spend our own money first. Okay, I get it. Thank you. I'm waiting for your presentation.
I'll pause here. This ends my presentation part for discussion with the public or anything.
Okay. Do we have any questions or comments from the public, Madam Clerk?
We do not.
We do not. Proceed, unless we have any questions or comments here. I'm happy to see real fancy graphics because that's something that can go up on Facebook and people can see what we're doing. You're doing something good. Let's not be ashamed to toot the horn and raise the flag.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir.
So I'd like to say thank you, Vincenzo, for the hard work on the roads. Roads has been my thing for a while now, and you and your crew and the entire staff have done a phenomenal job on making this happen. Roads is well overdue in this city, and thank you for the hard work. And with that said, we're looking for a motion because I will put one out.
I just have a comment. I would like to see, as usual, ask for it to be placed on the website. So it'd be perfect if you could put it on this page 2 where it lists the individual streets and East 15th Street, Ramirez to Buchanan, all that whole list, items 1 through 9. I think it's nice to give maps. These maps are very useful, but I think just for the visual piece, it's great for people to just be able to, look real quick and say, okay, this street, So I live on one of those streets, and I want to make sure that I'm included, that kind of thing. So if you could just place that, on both of these items, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Great suggestion.
I do have somewhat of a humorous comment regarding these long-term well-planned projects. I just want to mention to the public, if anyone is out there listening beyond this room, that these street projects take years to plan, and as we see, this batch of streets will soon be in front of Councilman Margie Rollins' home. My street was paved the very first year of my position on the council. So I suggest anyone who wants to have their streets paved run for city council. Again, like I said in the beginning, it's just a coincidence that this happens because these projects are planned years in advance. And it just so happens, it's a small town, so that's going to end, eventually your street will be paved. So the other thing I want to bring up is the bidding process in order to get here. And as we see, there were several bids put out. And again, Lehman Construction is the one who's going to be doing this particular phase. That is all. These questions came up, and I thought I'd bring them up.
We'll make sure
to be light and humorous. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
We'll make sure to refer the FBI to corner First and
Please
C.
do.
And I would like to note that the street in front of my house has more potholes than you can imagine.
Mine as well.
There you go.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Negative.
What's the will of the council?
I make a motion to approve the contract as stated.
Moved.
I'll second the motion.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, here we go. Well done. Thank you, Vincenzo. You still up there for the next one? More pavement rehabilitation. How about that? We're on a roll. Pass a motion to award, this is item number 8. Pass a motion to award a contract in the amount of $2,783,287.85 to All American Construction, Inc. for pavement rehabilitation of streets in the East Marysville neighborhood under the Community Development Block Grant Program based on contract number 24-01, Phase 2 CDBG Pavement Rehabilitation Project, design, contract documents, and contractor's proposal. And 2, authorize the finance director to make a supplemental appropriation to a capital project, or appropriately numbered capital project.
I highlighted that in a different color because this was, I wanted to highlight that I mentioned before, the plan is to complete the Aldrich Drive sewer main project first, the green area, before we pave this other area. We're kicking off the sewer project with a groundbreaking ceremony on April 30th at 11 a.m. The public is invited. And that project runs for 60 working days, so it should be completed by July. And then we'll have All American go in and pave the rest of the street. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. I have the flyers here.
Well, I'd suggest we have another gathering at the site when it's completed.
All right.
The photos will be better.
So with that, I'll conclude here. If the council would like to ask any questions for this item.
So this is going to be another project where we front, this in this case, $2.7 million. So we'll be fronting over $5 million in construction costs and then being reimbursed within 4 months or so.
We typically can get reimbursed. We don't have to wait till the project is completed to start submitting. We can do partial reimbursement requests.
There you go.
That helps with the cash flow a little bit.
Amen. And again, these streets, I actually tore the 2 pages out for those streets. And that was a great suggestion Councilwoman Rollins mentioned. There's a lot of work. It'll make a big difference in that neighborhood. Quality of life issue, too. It's a property value issue. Really, man, has an impact. I'm excited about that. I'm sorry, I've jumped in with a comment. Anybody else?
To the chair. Can you please give us the dates, approximate dates? You said phase 1, maybe July 25th, potentially?
Sure. John, can you come up here and help us with the phasing and the dates? So usually the question is the dates of when we start work. And I think after the work, we'll do a notice to proceed letter. Maybe you can help me out with the schedule for phase 1 and phase 2. You want to know when the
just approximate. I know things change and weather, a lot of different things.
Who did mention that since this is CDBG funded, it's a little different than the pavement projects we've done in the past few years. Part of this one, we have to do accessibility improvements, so we're putting in a bunch of handicap ramps in this whole area here as part of this project. So the first phase of the project will be doing sidewalk and curb and gutter repairs and installing all the handicap ramps. And
it's good to know.
Both contractors will probably do that work over a period of time. Prior to the paving will actually go fairly quickly. That'll be done probably within a 2 to 3 week period. But the handicap ramps and all those stuff will take an extended period of time. Depending on how fast we execute the contracts, they could even be starting on this by beginning of May. So that's one of those things where obviously sooner than later, but the actual paving, we can't pave the area where the sewer main project is until after that sewer work's completed. So that would be deferred. We have that set up in the contract for that project. And then, of course, it may take a while to do all the concrete work, depending on how many crews we put on it and how many, I think, I can't remember. I think it's like between the two jobs, it's almost 100 handicap ramps. So, we look at all, or no, maybe I got that wrong. Maybe it was 50 between the two. Yeah, I was trying to think of the double number, but yeah, there's a lot of corners involved that we're putting those in. So, and there's a fair amount of sidewalk repaired. One of the things we are doing is with the first phase project, they're adding sidewalk along Minor Park, which it doesn't have. So that was another thing.
My walking ground.
And then we have several of the smaller streets that have valley gutters down the middle of them. We have to do a lot of repairs on the valley gutters on the card and blue and a couple other ones. So that's
if I may, so a lot of concrete work going on at different locations, but minor disruptions, not large disruptions until we hit the paving point, and that happens pretty quick. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the concrete work will be staged out. And both of our contractors, they also do a lot of work at schools. So their concrete crews may be stretched out a little, and the actual paving may not occur till later in the summer, because a lot of them, the day school gets out, all their crews head over there to start doing the concrete work, because they literally have from like the second week of June till the second week of August to get any work done on the schools. So that stretches it out a little bit as far as getting some of that work done. But like I said, it'll all be paved out probably by like September for the project.
Through the chair.
Sir.
I remember we've been doing roads for years here on the council, and every street has a number on what that TPI scale, whatever the case is. Are these full digouts, or these seals, or these combination thereof?
These are a combination of different varying levels of digouts and overlays. So there's no seals on all this.
Okay.
It's all, a lot of them, what we're doing is we're doing grinding on it, where we profile grind the street. We do a heavy leveling course, so it's building the road up. Then we put a fabric layer down of pavement fabric, and then we do an overlay over the top of that.
So it's pretty much full digouts on that. So thank you.
We have a person that has called in and is requesting that you guys get closer to the mic when you speak.
Oh, I see.
It's Vice Mayor Buttacavoli.
Oh, I see. Bruce is listening in, and he wants to make sure he hears everything.
There you go.
Does he have any questions?
We will ignore his questions.
I see Stuart looks like he might.
If I may, Mayor, I had a couple of comments.
Go ahead.
First of all, Vincenzo may have briefly mentioned it, but we did propose a CDBG 3, and that is in the light green in northwest Marysville. We're waiting to hear that, and we should hear fairly soon as to whether we're going to be awarded that project, which would be another good-sized $2.5 million project.
We moved to the West Marysville census tract that met the requirements.
I don't know how many eligible census tracts we have left that are based on income, so we'll have to look at that. I will say CDBG can be used for a lot of different things. The city has prioritized a couple of things in the past, and I would say we would recommend continuing to prioritize. We bought some fire apparatus, fairly expensive fire apparatus in the past for public safety, and then lately we've been concentrating on roads. And once again, I will say if there's additional funding, this is federal funding again, so we're dealing with the uncertainty there. But if another funding round comes again, we'll probably be back recommending additional roads or public safety equipment.
What is the will of the council?
Move to approve, and thank you.
Moved.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. There we go. Thank you, Vincenzo. Madam Clerk, do we have any council correspondence?
Not tonight, Mayor.
Now's the time for council comments, updates, what have you. Councilman Gilchrist, would you
Thank you,
like
Mr.
going
Mayor.
first?
I do. I get to go out of town a lot recently, and when I come back to Marysville, I see freshly painted buildings and clean intersections, and Marysville looks great. You have to kind of not be here and come back and see it, but great job. It's an effort that city staff has really nailed, and it's promising, and it's rewarding. It means I have to start working on my own building. It's looking a little shabby, but good job, you guys. Thank you, Jim, and the entire city staff for making sure the city looks great. Thank you.
I'll second what you said, but also I just wanted to comment about the ribbon cutting that we had with Yuba County Office of Education partnership. I'm really looking forward to that, and I think our community too.
Hudson.
Short and brief. I have no community reports or anything of that sort. I do want to say I appreciate seeing the city come together like it has in the past few weeks, and it's been really good. And just thank you all, staff that work tirelessly, just to keep things flowing here. So thank you for that and your time. Appreciate it.
Well, we're dealing with a problem in one of the city departments, and that we have protocols in place, and they're being followed judiciously. Most of the, and frankly, all of the cities operating on an even keel. We are able to finance that construction on our own because we've been diligent in managing finances. Now, a question. Got an air conditioner up on the roof. We're getting a new roof. Let's come right out and paint the damn place and make it look good too. I presume that's going to be happening soon.
That is one of the next items on the roof, or on the list. Sorry. Both, we are working to nail down new windows and paint on the building.
Now, Stuart, were you involved in the color palette for the building?
Absolutely. I was definitely involved in choosing the paint colors.
The last draft I saw that. It's beautiful.
Thank
it's
you.
very it's beautiful.
Thank you.
It represents the city well, and it's overdue by about 10 or 15 years, wouldn't you say?
Mr. Mayor, I studied this building for 62 years.
I'm not sure how old the paint is, but the air conditioning units, the one in this chamber was probably 30 to 40 years old. So well overdue.
Other than that, it was, and the Office of Education building that you mentioned. Was there, I remember that was the Chamber of Commerce, Yuba-Sutter Chamber of Commerce building for forever. Now, someone mentioned that it was built, that building was built in the early 70s. I remember something there before the early 70s, and I think it was a chamber building.
So that's actually, there were two build dates, and I do believe that the first part was built predating what Councilmember Gilchrist said.
I remember when I was a little kid, there was a building there, and there was a Chamber of Commerce. That was a good gathering. Well, I'm done. Mr. City Manager, what do you got?
Well, some of our thunder has been taken, but I am going to first turn it over to Director Carraza. I think Marnie addressed one of the items, and I left my cheat sheet at home, so I'm going to have Vincenzo fill in any more blanks that we have.
Sure, I have three items for Public Works. The first one, as you mentioned, Marnie had said that for April 26th, there's the Yuba-Sutter Shines. Public Works is in support of that. It's on a Say Love Saturdays, so we do have volunteer public works staff that will help out. We will be closing the 14th Street Bridge between 7 and 1 because some of the volunteers will be the 14th Street Bridge, the Ellis Lake Bridge. They will be doing some landscaping and weeding and whatnot on 14th Street by Bryant Field between C and E. We do have a detour route around on C Street, around Ellis Lake Drive, and then back on 14th Street or E Street. And then the second item is the groundbreaking for the sewer main project. That's on April 30th. If you have flyers already. And then the last item I have is there's a pedestrian safety project that Public Works is conducting. We found that there's a low yield to pedestrians on 5th Street at F. The Adventist Hospital had put in I think a trailer or something in their parking lot, so some of their employees are parking across the street at the park and walking across 5th Street. And also there's been low yield to the school kids that go to Covalad. So you should notice some cones that we stuck in the middle of the road. We're hoping that it gives the warning to the drivers now that something is coming. And within next week, we'll be installing those state law yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk. You see them at Kynock Elementary. But we'll be putting those in the middle of 5th Street.
So, do I understand that
between the lanes,
parking is such at Adventist Rideout that they have to park in the neighborhood?
They've some of their parking on the north side has been displaced because they put the.
I can't understand what the north where?
On the north side, there's a huge trailer or something that's taking up some of their parking spaces. So we've seen some employees park north of 5th Street and walking across to work. And that intersection there's been a couple crashes that hit the pedestrian push button that signals the rapid flashing to yield to pedestrians. Since they've been knocked out, we want to add a little bit more visibility for the pedestrians as they cross there.
Good move.
And after we put the RFBs back, if the school or the hospital or council says, hey, they're working, keep it in, we can keep it in. 5th Street is a 25-mile-an-hour default speed, so you shouldn't be going that fast. And please don't hit our new signs that we'll be putting in the road.
If you're going 25, you're going to get past like you're standing still on that street. And I'm not criticizing the 25. I'm just suggesting the problem.
That's my 3 items, Mr. City Manager.
I'm also going to turn over the events to our Community Development Director. I think that's payback for all the speeches he makes me do.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. I appreciate that. I do want to mention that I'm very impressed with Mr. Carrazzo that he actually remembered one of my sayings. So congratulations. And it goes like this: we stand on the precipice of exponential hyper growth. And it's actually borrowed from high tech. And those of you who have been investors in the past in high tech firms and things, you've heard that saying before. And many famous high tech companies use that as one of their mantras. But a list of upcoming events coming up. April 19th, we've got a lot going on, so I won't cover a lot, just a few things. But April 19th, the Friends of the Historical Cemetery are having a fundraising event that's going to be held during the day, and the specific time is 10 to 3, or 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then on May 3rd, we have the famous or infamous Taco Festival in downtown. It's going to go from noon to 8. They expect a huge turnout for this. I guess there's quite a bit of well-known musical people coming to this. I don't know who they are, but they're coming. So that'll be on May 3rd. May 4th is the Hispanic Rodeo at the Cotton Rosser Arena. Always well attended because Cinco de Mayo is the day afterwards. And then May 10th is a Roll and Stroll car show that's going to be put on by the Yuba County Office of Education. It goes from 8 until noon. And then May 17th, we have the famous yearly fishing derby that's put on by the Kiwanis Club at Ellis Lake. It goes from 7 a.m. till noon. I understand they stock the lake, so it's not just carp, right, Mr. Hudson? Is that correct? Okay, thank you. And then May 17th is the C Street Shutdown, which is a music festival on C Street, and that's going to go from noon until 10. I also want to just mention that April 23rd through the 27th is One Hope for America's Tent Revival. They're coming back this year, but they're actually coming back to the Habitat for Humanity parking lot. Last year, for those who remember, there was over 3,000 people in attendance to that event. They expect actually more this year, so that'll be a really nice event to attend. And then a couple of other last items. May 2nd, the Backyard, which is a great store in downtown D Street. If you haven't visited the Backyard, they're celebrating their 1-year anniversary, and it would be great for all of us to show up and give them some support for that 1-year anniversary. For those of you who know, Melissa is the owner of the Backyard, and she also owned the barn. What's it called? The barn? Yeah, Honey Barn. Sorry, yeah, the barn that had the fire, and it would be great to show the support for this. And she is rebuilding the Honey Barn too, so you know. And then lastly, May 20th, of course, is the High Wheelers baseball will be the first pitch, and we're looking forward to an exciting night of baseball. And the High Wheelers plan to come and visit our next meeting.
What was that date again?
May 20th.
They had something earlier in May. I'm wrong.
Well, they do have a tournament going on right now. It's a high school tournament, started yesterday.
There's nothing May 3rd?
May 3rd. Oh, May 3rd is they have a ribbon cutting put on by the Yuba-Sutter Chamber of Commerce for the High Wheelers. Correct.
You've forgotten about the concert.
Oh, the May 3rd concert.
Just a minute,
thank you. Thank you. You got another one.
About the concert.
May 3rd, on top of the concert, on top of the Leonard Skinner concert, is the Leonard Skinner. Yeah, not really Leonard Skinner. But,
right here.
Yeah.
Is my general admission ticket. I would have bought. I would have purchased a more expensive ticket. I think the vice mayor has purchased a table. He's a high roller. Right. But I want to stand in back and get the whole feel of the place before I commit to something big like that. Plus, I don't think I could fill a table up. I don't have that many friends.
Oh, I don't think that would be a problem, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's exciting, and they're putting posters up all over the place. I saw the poster in Casa Carlos where I had a bite today at lunch, and clicked on it and bought a ticket, and it's easy as can be. Yeah.
Well, thanks for reminding me about the concert, because that's another item.
Oh, that's going to be
and the ribbon cutting that day, same day. So.
That's going to be a huge deal. I mean, it's one of the great things about this group, the ownership of the High Wheelers. They own multiple teams in that league. Is that correct?
They do. Yeah.
And they are comprised of a group of people. They're very entrepreneurial, and they've been successful. And so they have the vision, I would say courage, but I think it's vision. I think this is going to be very successful to promote concerts. And the highest individual ticket price is $65. There's a $45 and a $35. I got a $35. I'll be in the back row. Again, I normally buy expensive ones, but I just wanted to be able to see everything. And I know that at the Toyota Amphitheater, it can cost over $100 to buy a ticket to sit on the grass in the back. And so if they get the right kind of groups, and this apparently, my friend Russell Armstrong, who's a terrific musician, says this is the best Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band in the country. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think they're playing at Thunder Valley this week or this weekend. And Thunder Valley does not book low-class talent. So they're starting off with really high-quality talent, and that part of town is going to be jumping a little bit more than it has in the past, and I think it's going to be wonderful.
It's going to be a great night.
See, I paid $35, and I still promoted it.
And you did a great job promoting it.
Do you know if they have plans for any additional concerts?
Rod Mandeville, he's actually the guy that's putting together a concert series, and he's planning on having 5 separate concerts. At this point, it's the Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band, but he's looking at 4 other potential bands as well. He hasn't named them off yet.
Well, I hope this is a big success and we have more than 4 more.
That would be great, yes.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah. Wouldn't it? Sorry, I cut it in.
Oh, no problem. I did want to just comment a little more on the High Wheelers. Dan and I and others have been out at the ballpark, and it is refreshing not to have to prod and motivate the organization. They are go-getters, and though I think they've got a lot on their plate to get done before the season, they do not concern me as far as getting ready to go. They're the type of folks that figure out how to get things done, and we intend to support them on that.
That's almost damning with faint praise. Well, they're not bad guys. No, they're really first-rate organization. We're very fortunate to have connected with them, and the city owes a debt of gratitude to senior management who pulled that together.
Can I add one more thing, Mr. Mayor?
Of course.
The High Wheelers are highly engaged in the community already. One announcement that they did make is they are branding a beer from Sutter Butte's Brewery, and it will actually be called the High Wheelers brand of beer. So we're just working with them now to see if we can get a Marysville logo on the beer can, but it's pretty exciting that they're engaging the community in that way.
You know, I'm real glad that I'm walking distance from Bryant Field.
That will be helpful for sure.
Anyhow, sir,
no other comments.
Our next regularly scheduled meeting will be Tuesday, the 6th of May, 2025 at 6 p.m. We're now adjourned. Thank you all.
Yuba-Sutter.LIVE's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at plumaslakeselfstorage.com.
Yuba-Sutter.LIVE. It's the truth that comes through.